We move away from Bahrain and head back to Jeddah. 105 days later, it's time for round 2 in 2022. So Bahrain in the books, and that goes the way of Charles Leclerc. Now on to Saudi Arabia here on the 27th of March before a 2-week break before F1 heads down under to Australia. The Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix on April the 24th, then back over to Miami on May the 8th as well. On May 22nd, we can go over to Spain. A week later, it's Monaco, the same weekend as the Indy 500 as well. On the 12th of June, Azerbaijan, the same weekend as the Le Mans 24-hour. The 19th of June, he takes us over to Canada. Mark your dates in the diary for the British Grand Prix on July the 3rd, Austria on July the 10th. July 24th sees us go to France before the midsummer break goes to, on 31st of July, to Hungary. We reconvene on August the 28th in Belgium before a triple header, as next week we go over to the Netherlands on September the 4th, and on September 11th we're over in Italy. The flyaways begin again. Singapore on October the 2nd, October the 9th goes to Japan. Then we currently as well, we have a to be confirmed race as well, currently penciled in on the 23rd of September. Rumours is that's going to go over to Qatar. Further down, the United States Grand Prix on October 23rd, Mexico on October 30th, Brazil on November the 13th, and the season rounds out 9 months to the day on November 20th in Abu Dhabi. In the Drivers' Championship then, it's a Ferrari 1-2. Charles Leclerc leads the Drivers' Championship to Carlos Sainz in second. Lewis Hamilton leads teammate George Russell for third and fourth. Kevin Magnussen Haas have 10 points. Magnussen points on his return. Brilliant. Same goes for Valtteri Bottas, his debut for Alfa Romeo going well. Esteban Ocon, Yuki Tsunoda, Fernando Alonso getting points as well. And Zhou Guanyu in 10th, the last of the point scorers. In the Constructors' Championship, Ferrari lead the way, 44 points, a maximum from Bahrain as well, their best start in over a decade. Mercedes are second on 27 points. Haas third in the Constructors' Championship after no points last year. They've got the perfect 10. Alfa Romeo fourth on 9, Alpine fifth on 8. 4 points go the way of AlphaTauri. Aston Martin, Williams, McLaren and Red Bull Racing, no points on the board. Red Bull last in the Constructors' standings. It's the 2022 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and this is your Grand Prix preview. Let's take a look at the new Jetta Corniche Circuit, a 3.836 mile circuit, 27 turns and 3 DRS zones, a brand new challenge for the drivers to sink their teeth into, the fastest ever street circuit. On board with the Mercedes then, you're already downhill towards turn 1, you're flat out at 8th gear, 335 kilometers an hour, into the braking zone for turn 1, 3rd gear 100 kilometers an hour, back down again, 3rd gear 90 kilometers an hour through turn 2, exit through turn 3, you're already 200 kilometers an hour at 5th gear. Now into the S's section, turns 4, 5 and 6, around about 6th gear, 245 kilometers an hour as you already break your way through. Back through turn 7 now, 8 and 9, hook the back up as well, into turn 10. Now as you ride out towards the exit, to 7th gear, 285, open up the DRS as you hurtle down towards now turn 13, 165 kilometers an hour, 4th gear, back corner, get on the accelerator hard now as you sweep back through the city centre on the opposite side of the track lake. Down into towards turn 17, 18 is the corner, 6th gear, 245 kilometres an hour, 19 now coming up, 20, 21, all the way to 23, has the DRS boards as well as you flick back through. Coming up now towards turn 22, back down, 6th gear corner, now up to 7th gear only the exit, 270 kilometres an hour, ride back up, round turn 25 as well, DRS zone number 2 on the circuit, little kick which is turn 26, 8th gear, 215, now into the braking zone, into turn 27, 3rd gear, 120 kilometers an hour, control the wheel spin at the exit, open up the DRS once again, hurtling down towards the start line, and that, across the line, the fastest ever street circuit, and that is a lap of the Jetta Corniche Circuit. Hello everybody and welcome to Saudi Arabia. We are back 105 days since the last race here. The fastest ever street circuit plays host once again to a Formula One round of the championship. And, well, considering that out of the last 5 Formula One Grand Prix, they've all been night races, I can certainly tell you as well, the F1 teams looking forward to when we head over to Australia. Not, because that is such a big time difference as well. The European season can't come quick enough. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Welcome. I should say good afternoon. It's just gone 1 o'clock here in our UK studio over there in Jeddah. It's coming up as well on 2 o'clock as well, as you can see. Just getting up there as well. It's coming up to 4 o'clock over there in Jeddah as well. 5 o'clock is when the first practice session gets underway if you're watching with us trackside. But first of all, let's talk about the fantastic race we had in Bahrain. Ferrari, as predicted in pre-season testing, were ultimately unbeatable. Yes, Red Bull had their problems in the pit stops, and then they had their problems with the fuel pumps, but Ferrari 1-2 was very, very interesting to see. And certainly, it looks like we've got another 2-horse race between us this year, between Ferrari and Red Bull. Verstappen could have finished second, ended up getting no points. The same for Sergio Perez due to a vacuum in the fuel tank and their fuel filler sort of breaking in half as well on the pump side, stopping anything getting into the engine. So very bad news for Red Bull. They've broken the curfew overnight from Thursday to Friday in order to try and make sure that they've fixed the issues. That's one of their 8 jokers for the year gone. So Red Bull already using that in round 2 proves how much they don't want to repeat of what happened in Bahrain. Ferrari, though, maximum points in the opening race of the year. That was 44, of course. 26 for Charles Leclerc, 18 for Carlos Sainz. Leclerc ended up getting the fastest lap as well, which meant he got that 26th bonus point. 25 for in, 1 for a fastest lap, but it's put everybody sort of on edge because Mercedes now got an unexpected podium. That wasn't supposed to happen. They were supposed to be so far off the pace. We're getting into what is going to be a very entertaining race as well. Let's go on to Saudi Arabia then, beginning with the track changes as well. You've just seen the lap attack and you can see how much of a fast, smooth circuit it is, but the walls have been creating several issues. We saw last year 2 red flags, 3 standing starts as well due to those problems, and the Formula 2 feature race littered with red flags due to the barriers as well. We understand now they've just ever so slightly moved the barriers in at certain segments of the track as well, and they're now also, we've been told, they're debuting screens of what the track ahead looks like at certain parts of the track. How the driver's going to spot the screens and see what's ahead, I don't know, but that is something we're going to see in first practice in around about 50 minutes time. Going on to it, let's get into this weekend and start off with Lewis Hamilton. He said this morning in the media runabouts, he says, I'm hoping things will be a bit better here. Of course, Lewis not exactly on form in Bahrain. Yes, he finished 3rd, but Mercedes still struggling with their car. Everybody predicting it won't be until Emilia-Romagna in Imola, round 4 of the season, that they actually get their act together as well and sort out the propulsing issues with that Mercedes. Hopefully as well, Lewis will do better here this weekend. He won here, of course, last season in the second to last race of the year, but he beat out Max Verstappen for that one as well. And the only reason, of course, because Verstappen got the 5-second penalty when the two were jostling on the circuit. So who is actually going to win? We've yet to find out who is actually properly strong here. Charles Leclerc in the press conference says, I don't want us to think we are favourites for this weekend. We'll find out the answer later on today. This comes, of course, after Ferrari, who were dominant across 2 tracks in pre-season testing at Barcelona and Bahrain, dominated the first race of the year in Bahrain, and now they come here to Jeddah. Hopefully it's going to, well, everyone's hoping it's going to do the same thing as well, and finally have a 3-way fight for the championship in the second half. Going on, Sergio Perez in the press conference says, I definitely believe that things are going to be very close between certain teams. Of course, Ferrari, Red Bull, and Mercedes getting in there on the act. Haas, maybe even. That flash in the pan, 5th place, not really a flash in the pan. They want podiums this year as well, Haas. They know what to do. George Russell, if we can resolve our issues, there are no reason why we can't overturn the deficit. Of course, they are second in the championship, 27 points in constructors to Ferrari's 44. Not that big of a deal in difference as well. It's all the drivers we've got at the moment, which is quite interesting to see. But news is coming in all the time, and we'll have to talk about Sebastian Vettel. Once again, Sebastian Vettel, he still hasn't tested negative for COVID-19, which means he misses this round of the championship. Once again, he is replaced by Nico Hülkenberg. He'll do all the practice sessions, the qualifying and the race as well. I was personally hoping they might put Jess Hawkins in for this race as well. First female driver in Formula 1 since the 1990s, and to do it in Saudi Arabia, it just seemed to make sense. Jess is fast enough for Formula 1 as well. It would have been a lovely thing to do, and Jess definitely is a racer and a half that she could have been competitive in the field as well, maybe even getting some points. She is that good of a driver. They haven't just hired her because she's a female driver. Jess is properly quick and can compete up there. So I was disappointed to see that Jess wasn't in the car this weekend, but she has been going around to the local schools here in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah, bringing Formula 1 to the school kids as well, as she's been doing the Aston Martin ambassadorial role fantastically as well. But still, I would have put Jess in the car. She's quick enough to do so. I'm sure Abby would be thinking the same thing as well as she continues her recovery, and hopefully we'll see Abby Eaton back racing later on this year. So yeah, Sebastian Vettel suffering with COVID-19 still as well. We send our best wishes to him. Red Bull, as I said, have revealed what caused the problem in their car, their vacuum problem. They've hopefully fixed that now going forward. We'll certainly hope so. And the landscape as well. It's now the Jetta Circuit. We saw it this morning in Formula 2 in the practice session. It finally looks done. Like the circuit's actually ready. Now, this circuit in the Jeddah Corniche circuit was only supposed to be on for the calendar for 2 to 3 seasons, while they then built a more permanent version of the circuit as well, closer to the capital. Now, we're being told this morning that Formula 1 and Saudi Arabia want to stay at this circuit for 5 seasons. So 5 more seasons after this. So 7 years in total we'll be racing here. And I think that makes more sense. I mean, we all know exactly what went into building this place and how horrific the conditions were for those building. And it was honestly, I don't think it's right to just say, right, that's it. We've spent all this money. We've built this circuit. And now we're going to go do it again straight away. No, it's ridiculous. You've built a circuit. Just use the circuit anyway for as long as you deem fit to want to place on the calendar. I mean, personally speaking as well, not many people are happy about being in Saudi Arabia and the paddock as well. Not many people are happy that this race has gone on ever since what happened a few weeks ago with the journalists. But still, that's what's happening, and that's why we're here as well. And hopefully as well, Formula 1 can shed some positivity and a bit more of how the world treats its people with equality. But then again, we will still see what is going to happen. Right, we're about done here for the preview show, because it's only a quick one to get ready. 15 minutes, nicely done. Give you a look into the weekend. Give you your coverage details for this weekend's race. We're on air in around about 45 minutes time for the first practice session. That is UK time as well, of 2 o'clock. For free practice 2, we're on air at 4:50 British time as well. For free practice 3, same time, it will be at 1:50 as well. Qualifying is from 4:30 with the commentator challenge making its debut this season as well from Bahrain. And then on Sunday, we will be having the race from Saudi Arabia as well in the pre-show, just so that we're all caught up as well. And the race, of course, on Sunday, you can join us for that at 5:15 UK time. And don't forget, this weekend we've also got the Formula 2 Sprint and the Formula 2 feature race on the Saturday and the Sunday, both of those before the main race. Okay, thanks for your company. We'll be back then in 45 minutes time. Join us for that. Go get some lunch and get ready to sit down as Formula 1 goes racing once again in Jeddah, and it's going to be fantastic because this racetrack certainly delivers exciting racing. Megan Birch will hopefully be with us for first practice. She's tweaked her neck this morning as well, and it's quite hard for her to move. She says definitely going to come in as well and hopefully do the first practice session. So Megan will be here as well. And of course, got Cynthia joining us throughout the weekend for Formula 2. And of course, Josh Plays will be with us in the pit lane at alternative times as well. And don't forget as well, get all the comments in tomorrow because it's Ian Birch's birthday tomorrow. Yes, 61 tomorrow, and he'll be on the third practice session as well and in the race on Sunday. So get your happy birthdays for him for tomorrow. And of course, Mothering Sunday, Mother's Day on Sunday, so here in the UK, so we'll have all those comments in as well. It's a busy old weekend as well. We'll be back then in 44 minutes from us all here. Bye for now. We'll see you for free practice 1.